Shalom Uvracha from Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh. This evening we have the privilege of studying together the Haftarah of Parshat Balak. Our Haftarah, the prophetic section of study this week, is taken from the 5th and 6th chapters of the book of Micah, Sefer Micah. In the Haftarah, specific mention is made of the main characters of our parasha, specifically Balak and Bil'am, and on the most obvious of levels, that perhaps was the basis of the choice of this section of Micah for Parashat Balak. However, I would like to focus on the very last sentence of our Haftarah. A sentence which, according to rabbinic tradition, in Makot 24a, is a synoptic restatement and summation of the entirety of Torah. Ba Micha ve'emidan al shalosh. Micah taught that there are three all-encompassing major principles in Torah observance that are considered to be the highest forms of positive behavior. I'm reading from Sefer Micah, those people following with the text, chapter 6, verse 8. Higid lecha Adam matov. Hashem, God, has indeed informed you, O man, what is really good. Higid lecha Adam matov. Maybe we think that we know what's good, but Hashem has told us what's good. We're not left in the dark. We don't have to guess what is good. The prophet teaches us three insights in that which is considered to be good in the eyes of Hashem. There are three types of activities which are demanded of each of us. Uma Hashem doresh mimmecha. And what is it that excuse me. And what is it that God demands of you? What is it that Hashem wants of each of us? Ki im asot mishpat v'havat hesed v'hatzne'a lechet im elokecha. Only to be involved in doing justice. Asot mishpat v'havat hesed, and to love kindness, v'hatzne'a lechet im elokecha, walking privately and secretly with your God. So what does each of these teachings mean? Asot mishpat. What's mishpat? The category of commandments called mishpat, mishpatim, seem to cover all the interpersonal levels of the commandments of the Torah. Mishpat, in the language of the Radak, the commentary, one of the most famous commentaries on the prophets, the Radak, Rav David Kimchi writes, Yichlol kol ha-mitzvot. What it says here, Asot mishpat, Yichlol kol ha-mitzvot sheben adam lachaviro. It has happened that maybe we sometimes overlook the importance of mishpat. The first on this great list is to make sure that we are ever so sensitive to fulfilling mitzvot sheben adam lachaviro, interpersonal laws. Sometimes, in our zeal to be righteous and religious, we mistakenly only emphasize those commandments between people and God. Hashem starts the list through Micha, Asot Mishpat. Make sure that you're acting properly in judgments between people and people. The second on the list is something called Ahavat Hesed, loving to do kindness. Please note that it does not say Asot Hesed. It says, Asot Mishpat v'ahavat chesed. Why ahavat chesed? Loving chesed. And it seems that maybe it's not enough just to do kindness. Maybe it's not just enough to be involved in kindness. We have to learn to love chesed. This is a very, very important work. One of the monumental textbooks on the laws and the concepts of chesed. It was authored by Rabbi Israel Meir HaKohen Kagan, the so-called the Chafetz Chaim. Same author as the Chafetz Chaim, the author of the Mishnah Berurah. The Chafetz Chaim wrote this work, and I recommend that each person who's interested in this topic should study it. Thank God it's appeared already in English in translation. There's also someone wrote a running commentary on. I think his name was Rabbi Zicherman. Wrote a commentary on Ahavat Chesed and others. He writes there in the name of his book. The name of his book. Where did he get this name from? Ahavat Chesed. He took it from Micah, from the section of the Haftarah of this Shabbat. You know, we mentioned Ahavat Chesed in some of the places in the Sim Shalom section of the Amidah. The Tato Torat Chaim, Ahavat Chesed. You know, he writes in the second section, section 2, chapter 1 of Ahavat Chesed. He asks, why does the pasuk in Micah? Why is it that the sentence in Micah speaks about loving chesed? Why not just doing chesed? Umasha amar v'havat chesed, v'lo amar kiyim asot chesed. Hora lanu hanavi bazeh inyan gadol u'mechudash. There is a great lesson demonstrated by this particular usage of the term ahavat chesed, loving kindness. Listen to the words of the Chafetz Chaim. Ki af shekulanu osim chesed, even though we're all involved in doing chesed, aval inyan ha-chesed shelanu hu mitzad ha-hechreach. Very often we do chesed because we feel obligated to do chesed. Maybe we feel bad for the suffering individual. Maybe we feel compelled to help the needy. That's not ahavat chesed. That's asot chesed. As the Chafetz Chaim writes, shelo tachshov b'nafshecha shebazeh she'ata oseh lefamim chesed ata yotzei bazeh b'shleimut. Don't think, well, I'm involved. I volunteer in chesed programs. I have chesed activities. He says that's not enough. Ki im she'ha'adam tzarich liot lo ahava l'midah zo shel chesed. A love, a passion for kindness. Ahavat chesed. That's the second in the list of Micah's demands. And the third and final of this great list of instructions is hatsne'a lechet im elokecha. Walk privately, walk secretly, walk humbly with God, with your God. You know, if a person, every single time they pray, there's someone out there that knows that they're involved in prayer. It's beautiful to pray, but maybe that's not hatsnei alechet im elokecha. Maybe we should find at least one time to pray that nobody knows that we're praying. It's beautiful to study Torah, but if every time you study Torah, there's a whole list of people that knows that you're studying Torah, you have fulfilled the mitzvah of learning Torah, but maybe hatsnei alechet im elokecha. Maybe when no one knows, maybe you're walking secretly with Hashem. We should all strive to have a private relationship with God. Rabbi Avigdor Miller would often cite this pasuk in teaching us that everyone should have at least one positive deed, one special mitzvah that they fulfill that no one in the world knows that they're involved in, except Elokecha. Hatsnei alechet im Elokecha, just with your God. Maybe you're the one who secretly shovels the snow of your neighbor, and they wake up and they can't believe it. What, who did this? Maybe you're the one who secretly goes into the local grocery store and you know about a certain struggling family and you say, well, how much exactly do they owe? And you secretly pay the grocer the bill of that struggling family. No one knows you, no one will be able to ever identify you. Maybe you're the one who secretly arranged for the medical care for that ailing individual. No one knows. Maybe you drop off provisions, drinks and food, in the middle of the night, at the doorstep of this impoverished family. No one knows, no one sees. Only develop your secret, private relationship that only you and God are aware of. May we all internalize the messages of this great instruction of Micah, and the fulfillment of these teachings. May we bring special levels of blessing to all of the people of Israel and to all of humankind. Thank you so much for listening.